Cue the intro. We're going to talk about copywriting today. Great Sunday. It is very, very cloudy out. It's a Sunday evening, and I have not felt like doing anything today. I've been in kind of a slump. I'm listening to Johnny Hodges. Johnny Hodges is amazing. So if you haven't heard his like jazz or his, swing kind of, I would check him out if you're into that sort of thing. But it's kind of picked me up in the most recent hours. And but I hope you're having a great day, whatever time of day you're listening to this. So, this setup is, kind of hodgepodge, I guess you could say. It's the background. I want to change it all. Eventually, we're going to get to it. Eventually. And I plan on, having many episodes in some new location. I was brainstorming in that other room, that sunroom right next door, if I should film with the curtain in the background, but, it didn't look all that great. I kind of like the depth behind me, and so that we're going to stick with this right now. But there's things in the works, and I'm excited about it. And there's other things in the works too that I would love to tell you about eventually as well. But right now, we're right here, and we're going to talk about copywriting, because copywriting is one of my big passions. It's been one of my big passions for 7 years, and I love it. There's just something about writing something that convinces people of something that you're trying to, a movement. You're trying to give people an idea of what their life could be and convince them of that so that they buy from you. That's really incredible to me. Along with like video. Like right now I'm speaking to you. If I can make a video that would convince you of something, that's awesome too. There's just something about it that gets me all riled up. All like super excited to do things like that, to somehow. There's something about the psychology of it that really, really makes me excited. And I hope this show has kind of got you excited about the same things. So copywriting. What is copywriting? Well, you probably know what copywriting is. It's writing effective copy to convince someone of an idea. And it's really important, especially back like before the internet was around. This stuff was really important because you couldn't record a video to send to someone or to convince someone on the internet why they should buy from you. All you see today are videos, ads everywhere, on like Facebook, on websites. You see commercials, you see video. And copy has its place. Copywriting has its place when it's linked with video, and it's really, really cool to see the two work together. But right now we're going to talk about copywriting and what makes good copywriting. And why should you be concerned? If everything's about video now, why should you be concerned? Well, some people like to read rather than watch a video. And so what are you going to have for those people? What about the people that read what's the subtitles of your video? That's writing, right? And so they're kind of married in a sense. If you are a good copywriter, you can, if you learn like how to speak well, you can be good at video. And they have different aspects to them. One is probably more grammar. You have to learn more grammar if you're going to be a good copywriter. If you're good at video and you can speak very convincingly, you're good at sales. Copywriting, you got to figure out grammar and figure out how is someone going to read this. That's a totally different skill set than being able to sell someone something on video. And for your small business, maybe you're good at video, but you're not so good at writing. I would say, though, if you're a small business that has never really gotten into marketing, I would say you're better at writing than you are at video. That's normally the case, but if, I know some clients that really, really have a knack for video, and I'm thinking of one in particular that I wish would use video more. I'm not going to say their name, but some people have a huge knack for video, and writing isn't their skill set, but convincing sales videos are what they can do really, really well. So your neck might actually go hand in hand with the other one. You just have to learn the way to deliver that. And so copywriting is really, really important. I mainly want to go over, this is kind of going to be like an info-heavy episode, particularly because I don't really have much story. I'm going to try to give as much story as I possibly can to, carry this video along so you're not bored to death. But, it's going to be more info-heavy because we're talking about technical aspects of marketing, of copywriting. And there's three main things that I want to talk about, especially if you are doing a sales letter. So if you are focusing mainly on copywriting for your website, let's talk about your website. If you want to sell one product, you have a product featured page. This could be your best seller. This could be a service, whatever it is. And you have this one page that's dedicated to this product. How are you going to sell that product? And you don't have video. You're scared of video. You don't know how to do video. You just want to avoid video altogether. How do you sell this product on this one page? There's three main things that I want to get across. There's probably a fourth one in there, but there's three structural things that you need to know. There's a headline. That's the first one, is a headline. Right before I was recording this, I looked outside at the highway. We live right by a highway. And there was a car that I saw way down the road that was driving with blue headlights. And I was like, what? What car is that? And it was the blue headlights, and I followed the blue headlights, and it actually happened to be some junky old car. But, those blue headlights got my attention. I was like, headlights, headline, same thing. You get your person's attention. That's what this headline is. A headline you will see at the top. I wonder if I could demonstrate. I'm going to take this whiteboard. I've got a mini whiteboard over here. The headline is at the top. Already messed up. This is a headline. Where thanks for your patience. The pen's kind of weak, but as you can see, this is a headline where you convince people. Certain technical aspects, this is going to be at the top. It's going to be bold. It's going to have every first letter capitalized. That kind of is like, why would they do that? But it stands out. It really stands out. You would make it bold, and then you might put quotes around it as if someone said it, because that captures someone's attention. And I took a copywriting kind of course way back in the day, and the reason people include quotation marks in their headline is to give authority to what's said, as if someone said it. And usually people tend to trust in their head, they tend to trust a quote more than just text. And especially for the headline, you want people to be like, whoa, this is strong. I can trust this. Like, what's the backing behind this? What do you say in your headline? So this is a headline, blah, blah, blah. A good go-to format, there's pros out there that recommend different formats, but a good go-to format that I would recommend is a template that would say how you can get this one blank thing, how you can get this one thing without having to blank. There's like two different sections to that. People add a third in the middle somewhere. I would just go with something like that. How to blank without having to blank. And that touches on something someone gets, something someone can get, and their dream desire, and then touches on something they desperately want to avoid. That could be your basic format. It's something that needs to resonate with people. It has to be hard. It has to be get them questioning and saying, like, really? Like, I can have this? I'm going to keep reading. So that's the headline. The second part that I guess I'll tackle the second and third. The first... Okay, yeah, let's just tackle the second one. The second thing about the structure is the subheader. You want to have that big headline at the top, and then you're going to have a little bit of body. This is body text, body text, body text. And then, see all that body text. And then you're going to have... I can't write it like that. What am I thinking? Then you're going to have a subheader. So this is your and then all right, we're getting this going. Cool. So you want more body text down here. I wish I had a whiteboard right behind me, but I don't really have a stand for a whiteboard. Okay. So there's a big header, there's some body, and then there's a subheader, body, and then another subheader, body. And the reason for the subheader is to kind of mimic what the big header is doing, but to summarize what's going to come below it. And it might be another outlandish statement, and then another outlandish statement, and then backing under it, and so on and so forth. It's supposed to tie in the whole thing and summarize what they're about to read. And it's supposed to be kind of a big claim that's kind of clickbaity, but not, you want to be ethical with this, right? And so it's supposed to tie in and catch someone's attention. That's the point of anything that's going to be bold. I might stick with it being bold and underlining it, because that just says, okay, everything under this, read this, this is what I'm about to explain what this means. And then do that again and again and again. The strategy behind this, though, if we're taking your example where you are selling something online, this featured product or service, and you're only using copy to sell this, the strategy behind this is for each subheadline to summarize your whole offer. There's 3 different types of readers, and I'm sorry if this is info overload. I haven't told a story in a while, but there's 3 different types of readers. There's the reader that reads all the way through, top to bottom. If he's got something longer to read, he reads from top to bottom. If there's a second type of reader who skims, right? And then there's a third type of reader who we'll talk about. But the second type of reader skims. And what you want the skimmer to understand is the whole concept of what you're trying to say. And that's what these subheadlines are for. Is for them to understand as they go down what you're trying to say, and for them to see all of your claims and get their attention and get them to say, really? All the way down, all the way through it. You want someone to read the whole thing. And that's what you want. That's the goal of copywriting, is to get someone to read the whole thing, because the more time they spend on your page, the more convinced they will be of what you're trying to sell. It's science. That's the case, okay? And so you want people to read as much as they can, and the goal of this second type of reader is to catch their attention for every single subheadline, so they actually go back and read the sections. All right, so that's why we do the subheaders, subheadlines. The third type of reader, and that goes to our third point about the structure, is the PS. If you are 15 or younger, you do not know what PS is. But I'm not talking to 15 or younger people. You know what the PS is. It's at the very bottom of your letter. And it talks about something that is in addition to the body. We're actually going to use the PS for something different. We're going to use the PS to summarize the whole letter. And so the subheadlines are kind of to help summarize in a way. It's to capture someone's attention so they go back and read. Oh, that subheadline got my attention. I'm going to go back and read that section. The PS, though, is to summarize the whole thing. You're going to include what your product is, the deal, why it's such a deal, the limited time that it's available, and then the final price and what the original price is. And then say, oh, it's only going to be available for a certain amount of time. And that's a different topic. We could talk about exclusivity later. But the PS is going to summarize all of it. And the reason for this is mainly for this third type of reader. You've got the people who read straight through, people that skim, and then you've got the people that skip straight to the bottom and then read. That's what the PS is for, is so people who skip to the bottom, they want to hear the main point, see if they can trust whatever they're reading. That's what this PS is for. And so you're going to gain their trust and make a claim that they're like, whoa, really? I kind of want that. And then they go back and read the whole thing. That's the whole point. And so really what you're trying to do here is get people to read the whole thing and do that by getting these key indicators to address every single type of reader, all three types of readers, and get them to read the whole thing. And so the PS summarizes the whole point. It ties in everything about your offer, about what you're offering, what the product is, all of that. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? I guess there was a fourth thing, but it's not really about structure. It's the last thing, and I know this is going long. We're okay. This is the thing that ties it all together, is you want to speak to someone's desire. Speak to what someone wants. No one buys anything because of what they need. No one likes to buy because of that. You want to be liked, and you want people to buy because they want you and what you have to offer. And so make sure, as you are writing your copy, that you are speaking to people's desires. And I've talked about this in a previous episode, is the features, benefits, transformation. You have to speak to people's desires. And that's what all the body is going to be about, is speaking to what people want. Because when people want something, they have an emotional attachment to it. And then they buy because they see the value of what you're providing. Because you've spoken to their internal desires of what they want. That's what I got for you. I'm sorry I didn't make it more entertaining. If you want to go back and watch this again and take some notes, it's pretty basic note taking. That would be cool. And I think that could help you for the next time that you go through your website and edit it and really want to make the copy better. I hope to make a video about videos sometime in the future, because videos are huge today. Videos are the thing. People are getting less and less direct mail, and people are getting a lot of videos now. And so if you can make a good video, you're set. So we'll talk about that soon. But just make sure you have this copywriting down. This is crucial, because there are readers out there. It's a huge lie that people do not read anymore today. I've heard that from multiple sources. I don't know what makes them believe that, but they do read. They just read things that catch their attention and things that they want to read. And so it's your goal to actually make something that people want to read. And that's what this is about. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in to the From Mayhem to Marketing show. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. And I hope you can enjoy your day too. See ya.